up, y'all? Today we are going to make a little summer dress. I made a pattern, which is attempt number 3. But you know what they say, third time's a charm. My pattern is not perfect, but I will make it available on our blog, myfroggystuff.blogspot.com. I am also using a floral cotton print, tulle, and matching thread. This project can be sewn by hand or with a sewing machine. I start by laying out my fabric. Let's cut a strip from one side that is 1.5 inches wide and 20 inches long. For the ruffle at the bottom of the dress, cut another piece that is 12 by 1.25 for the belt. Then fold the fabric over, place the pattern on the fold, use pins to secure it, cut it out. There is a little mark right there on the side. I'm using a pencil to transfer that mark onto the fabric. You want to make sure it's on both sides. And now we have all of the pieces to our dress. The first thing we have to sew is the ruffle. This is the 20-inch long strip. Let's fold it in half so the good side is on the outside. Iron it flat. Of course, you're going to use a real iron. We're just using a doll-sized one for demonstration. Before we sew this all up, let's take a moment to close the ends by opening it up. And we're going to flip it so the good side is on the inside. Line up the edges and sew a straight line down the side. You can sew this by hand or with a sewing machine. Then flip it back to make our ends nice and neat. Once both ends have been sewn, sew a loose line along the raw edge using a straight stitch. Pull the thread together, gather it until it is 11 inches. Let's go ahead and remove the pins and the pattern from the dress. Then open it up and lay it flat. Take the ruffle, find the little spot that we marked earlier, and we're going to take the raw edge of the ruffle and line it up with the raw edge of the dress and pin it in place. I am very generous with the pins. I don't want things moving around. Carefully sew the ruffle in place with a straight stitch. Lay a piece of tulle on top. Use pins to hold it in place. Now we need to sew around the neck hole and the armholes. These are the armholes and this is the neck hole. So we're going to sew right next to the line, going all the way around, stop, go all the way around, stop, all the way around, stop. I am going very slow with my sewing machine. You can also choose to sew this by hand. I would say that's probably about a 1/16 of an inch seam allowance. I am just manually turning the dial of my sewing machine to make these stitches. Once the arms and neck have been stitched, start on the outer edge, go all the way down, leave an opening, then repeat on the other side. I take my time and go nice and slow. I'm tying my threads, then trim off the excess tulle, then flip it inside out. I'm using the end of a paintbrush to flip out or turn out the sleeves or the harder to reach areas. Iron down those edges, and now all of our edges have been hemmed. If I want to make sure my ruffle lays flat, I can go back and top stitch it down. But I think it's pretty good with the iron for right now. So what I'm going to do is fold this over and line up those 2 little top tabs. Use a needle and thread to sew them together. Repeat on the other side so they're both sewn and cross them over in the front. Now we just need a waistband. Take the 12-inch strip, flip it over so the good side is facing down. Then we're just going to fold it in half, iron it, open it up, fold over the ends just a little, then fold one side over to the center crease, carefully iron it, then fold over the other side, iron again, then fold in half and iron it. Sew a straight stitch along one edge, tie the ends of the thread, and trim off the excess to make a belt. Place the dress on the doll, wrapping it in the front. Place the belt around the doll's waist, and I want it to be even on the ends, right on the corner of her hip. Tie it. We can make a little bow to make a sweet little summer dress. Now we need the perfect purse to go with our dress. I'm using a brown yarn, a little fabric, and cardstock. Trace 2 circles onto the cardstock, cut them out, take scraps of fabric, cover the cardstock with the fabric, gluing it around the edge. Then cut a thin strip of cardstock, bend it around the circle. You're going to trim it so it stops about halfway. Glue on a little fabric. Your choice of glue is up to you. I'm using a hot glue gun because I think it might be faster. Glue the 3 pieces together so the print is on the inside, making a little pocket. Take the yarn and crochet a long chain. If you do not wish to crochet it, you can just braid it. Take the yarn and begin coiling it around to make a circle. Apply glue to the back of the circle, then glue it onto the yarn. Let's put the seam at the bottom. There we go. Then let's cover the bottom. We're just going to go back and forth, applying more glue as we go. Then continue with the circle on the other side, and we're just going to fill this in. Trim off the excess and glue everything down. Use more of that crochet chain or braid to make a strap. So we're just going to tie some knots on the ends of however long you want your strap to be. Trim off the excess. Glue the knots onto the sides to make a purse with lining to match our dress. Add our Birkenstocks from a previous video, and we have a look for summer. Thank you for joining us while we made this little summer wrap dress. Our pattern is available on our blog, myfroggystuff.blogspot.com, to download and print for free. This pattern also fits our curvy dolls. The dress just comes out a little shorter. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell and follow us on Instagram at myfroggystuff and the Frog Vlog. And we will see you next time. Happy crafting! Bye!